Many healthcare professionals are finding themselves burnt out and lacking in autonomy. Freelance medical writing can allow healthcare professionals to take control of their work-life balance. Here to talk more with us on the topic is Prospology founder and CEO Sophie Ash. Good morning, Sophie, and welcome.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course, of course. So talk to us a little bit about why people, especially healthcare professionals, are looking for more of that freedom and flexibility in the workplace.
Yes, so a lot of people go into healthcare wanting to help people, but they soon find themselves in a situation where it's really difficult for them to meet their own needs. They're constantly making sacrifices for everyone else. They get told what hours they have to work, who they're working with, how they're working, what they're getting paid. They don't really have any control over their schedule or their work-life balance. And so a lot of people are burning out, they're getting overly tired, exhausted even. And they're looking for ways to find more freedom, find more balance, make money on the side, whether that be entrepreneurship or just ways that they can support themselves and their family in a more sustainable way.
Absolutely, and I definitely resonate with what you're saying. My mom is in the medical fields. She's a medical assistant, and I understand how crazy that lifestyle can be.
Yes.
So talk to us, for those who may not be familiar, what does a medical writer do?
Yeah, so essentially anything that involves communication that has a medical backing to it. So it could be making patient brochures, things that patients are given in a doctor's clinic. It could be scientific manuscripts that physicians are reading, or nurses, for example, and everything in between. So even a video script for some continuing medical education. There's so many different things that a writer can get involved in, and as a freelancer you can actually pick and choose which kinds of projects you want to do, which is really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And so let's get behind the scenes with you a bit. How did Prospology all come about?
Yeah, so I was in healthcare myself as a registered dietitian in the UK, and I burned out almost straight out the door. I didn't have any work-life balance myself. I felt very restricted by what everybody was asking me to do, and I just wanted more for myself. I wanted to make more money, I wanted to have more freedom, and so I transitioned into freelance medical writing, and it completely changed my life, and I felt like a different person. And ever since then I've been trying to help other people break into the field, and now I have a whole team backing me doing this full-time because it's just an incredible opportunity.
That's wonderful. So talk to us a little bit about freelance medical writing, right? Because obviously it's its own world, and that freelancing, how does someone go about becoming that freelance medical writer?
Yes, so it all starts with personal branding, how you talk about yourself online, having an online presence, figuring out what makes you unique and what makes you special and of value to your clients. And then once you've chosen a niche or a niche, then it's a case of building out a portfolio of some writing samples so that you can showcase what you're capable of. And then it's getting into strategic networking, how to find clients, contract negotiation, and all of these things are things that we help people do at Prospology.
That's wonderful. So you're kind of helping them along the journey so they don't feel like they have to do this all by themselves.
Yes, because most healthcare professionals do not have a business background. They've never done marketing, they've never had their own company before. So the whole idea of having to market themselves and brand themselves, or even seeing themselves as a brand, is completely new to them. So we're kind of walking them through the stages and helping to boost their confidence with that.
Right. And so when we're talking about this field, what can someone who's in freelance earn? Because the medical field, and I believe you can do this and be a freelance medical writer at any healthcare capacity, right? At any position.
Yeah.
And so what would someone like that earn?
Yeah, so it really depends on how much you decide to specialize versus how much you keep it broad. A physician may be able to leverage their credibility a little bit more, but honestly, like any healthcare professional can succeed very well. Like I said, I have a dietetics background, and it hasn't been limiting to me at all. Projects typically range from 1 to 10,000 each. So 1,000 could be something like an article that is sponsored by a pharmaceutical company, for example. 800 words, 1,000 words, ranging all the way up to a full slide deck for a CME presentation, continuing medical education, where you have speaker notes, citations, bullet points, all of that. So yeah, there's so much up for grabs.
Yes, absolutely. Well, Sophie, really, truly, thank you so much for joining us this morning. This has been a really interesting topic and something that I think a lot of people are going to resonate with in the field because they are looking for a lot more flexibility. For more information, visit prospology.com.